Hey everyone! When we talk about electric vehicles, it's easy to get caught up in design, range, or charging times. But behind the scenes, the real game changer, the secret to long-term success is profitability. And profitability in the EV world. It hinges on one critical thing: control. Control over technology, control over manufacturing, and most importantly, control over the most expensive components. That's exactly what NIO has been quietly working on. Years ago, their CEO laid out a bold vision, one that many dismissed as overly ambitious. But today, we're watching that vision come to life piece by piece. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. When it comes to electric vehicle innovation, NIO has never been a brand to sit still. A few years ago, the CEO of NIO made a very clear statement that gave us a window into the company's long-term strategy. He emphasized that if NIO ever wanted to consistently achieve gross margins above 20%, then they had no choice but to internalize two major components of their business: chips and batteries. These weren't just casual thoughts or vague ambitions. He was crystal clear. Without taking control of these two crucial elements, NIO wouldn't be able to make the kind of financial progress they were aiming for. Fast forward to today, and you can see NIO has made notable strides in chip development. They're now producing their own autonomous driving chips, which is a major milestone. According to the company, making these chips in-house has already resulted in significant cost savings, reportedly over $1,300 per vehicle. That's no small number when you multiply it across thousands of cars. This development alone gives NIO a real edge in improving profit margins and gaining more control over their tech stack. However, while progress on the chip front is promising, battery production has been the next major hurdle. And now, it looks like that hurdle is finally being addressed in a big way. NIO has officially entered the battery production business. This marks a huge leap forward for the company, one that aligns perfectly with what the CEO forecasted years ago. This isn't just about cutting costs, it's about long-term strategic control. Batteries make up a massive portion of an electric vehicle's cost. In some models, they account for as much as 40% to even 60% of the total production cost. That's massive. So, any company that doesn't manufacture its own batteries is essentially outsourcing the most expensive part of its product. It's like building a smartphone but buying the processor and screen from someone else. It doesn't leave much room for profitability. Look at BYD, for example. One of the reasons they've been so successful is because they started making their own batteries early on. They understood the importance of owning the most expensive part of the vehicle's ecosystem. That insight has paid off tremendously. And now NIO is following a similar path, not just by chance, but by deliberate design. NIO has already taken several steps towards this battery transition. They've established key partnerships with battery industry veterans. CATL, one of the biggest names in battery technology, has been one of their key collaborators. Together, they've worked on various aspects of EV battery tech, and this partnership has grown stronger over time. In fact, CATL is not only supporting NIO with battery supply, but also helping in the development of battery swapping stations, another key area where NIO is carving out a unique identity. On top of that, NIO has also partnered with top academic institutions in China to push forward research and development in battery technology. This approach brings academic rigor and innovation into the company's battery ambitions. It's clear that NIO is not just trying to copy what others are doing, they're aiming to innovate in their own way. And here's where it gets even more interesting. NIO's battery journey is not just about one brand. The company's multi-brand strategy includes ONVO and Firefly, and both are set to benefit from this vertical integration. For instance, ONVO's L60 model sources its batteries from BYD and CATL. Meanwhile, Firefly's batteries are being produced by a lesser-known company named Sunwoda. Interestingly, NIO's CEO revealed that the company holds equity in Sunwoda, which means this isn't just a vendor relationship, it's a strategic investment. NIO's mainline vehicles still rely heavily on CATL for battery supply. But with this move into self-manufacturing, that dependency is expected to shrink over time. That shift could have far-reaching effects, not just on cost, but also on supply chain stability and technological customization. Building their own batteries means they can tailor performance, range, and design according to their exact vehicle specifications, which is a huge plus in the highly competitive EV market. Battery swapping, something NIO is already known for, becomes even more compelling when you control both the hardware and the infrastructure. Imagine a future where NIO not only owns the cars and the swap stations, but also manufactures the batteries inside those cars. It's a vertically integrated loop that can improve service quality, reduce costs, and offer a better experience for customers. This move strengthens their battery as a service BaaS offering and gives them even more pricing and product flexibility. NIO's long-term vision is clearly starting to take shape. The company has been investing in the right places, recruiting top battery specialists, and forming alliances that matter. Every step they're taking seems to point toward one major goal: reducing reliance on third parties and improving profitability through control and innovation. And while the stock market might not always reflect these strategic gains right away, the foundation being laid here is incredibly solid. It's this kind of behind-the-scenes investment that eventually leads to big leaps forward. Whether it's chip design, battery manufacturing, or expanding their vehicle lineup, NIO is quietly building a robust ecosystem that will be very hard for competitors to replicate. Back when the CEO first talked about in-house battery production, a lot of people were skeptical. Some thought it was too ambitious. But today, with in-house chip production already saving millions, and battery production now officially part of the company's operations, that skepticism is fading. NIO is proving its critics wrong one milestone at a time. And let's not forget the chip they've developed isn't some minor upgrade. It's an autonomous driving chip specifically tailored for their own software and vehicle architecture. The savings and efficiencies generated from such vertical integration are massive. That chip alone is saving the company over $1,300 per car. Now imagine what the impact will be when they start mass producing their own batteries. The effect on gross margins could be transformative. All of this is preparing NIO for the next chapter. It's not just about surviving today's EV price wars or temporary dips in stock value. It's about future-proofing the company. Battery tech, chip design, software development, infrastructure, all of it is being brought under one roof. This gives NIO a competitive edge that could define its place in the EV market for years to come. So if you're an investor or just someone following the EV space closely, this is definitely a development worth watching. NIO is moving strategically, patiently, and with a clear sense of purpose. What seemed like a far-off dream just a few years ago is now becoming reality. And the best part, this might just be the beginning. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.